Hi Libra, this is your forecast for the month of November 2016. This is a general reading for Libra Sun, Libra Rising, or Libra Moon. If you have a different rising or moon sign, you might find watching those videos helpful or more informative for you. Please remember that these are general readings, and so they may not apply to everyone. If you would like a personal reading that is specific to you, please visit my website at thealchemistastrologer.com, provided on the link at the upper corner. If you have visited the site before, please clear your browser's cache to allow the schedule button to function properly. So thank you, Libra, for taking your time and sharing it with me. I know that your time is important, and I appreciate that you have chosen to spend this moment with me. So the first week of November, you have the King of Pentacles. So this is Earth energy. This is Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, male or female, just somebody that's holding a lot of authority. This could be you if you have a lot of Earth energy in your chart. Or you could be required to take on the traits of this king, or the situation holds his characteristics. But this king is about being conscientious, particularly about finances. So perhaps you are getting some financial advice this week, or you are, you have some dealings in connection to property or real estate. Maybe you are connecting with some type of business person or a leader in your industry. But this is all about good money management. And so you could be preoccupied with financial matters this week. But this could also be a loyal friend to you, someone that you can depend on. Maybe some of you are really ambitious this week, and you're really putting in a lot of extra hours or hard work. Some of you are trying to build your resources, or you're selling or buying something that may be a major purchase of some sort. For those of you, who are focused on a relationship, this king could be someone that inclines you to settle down in some way. Or maybe you're feeling as if you want to settle down, and you're being very discriminating about your choice of partner at this time. And even so, though, this could be a week where you decide to do something with a partner. Maybe you go out, or maybe you, share how you really feel with someone, or you propose to someone even. And you're going to connect with people most likely that share your common goals, that see things the way you do, have the same life outlook, the same ambitions. But this is about a sense of practicality. So if you're looking for investment from this person financially, this is somebody who's going to want to see the bottom line. He's going to want to know that before he invests in any venture of yours, it's going to yield a profit, that it is something that is actually viable as a financial opportunity. This could also be, as a partner, somebody who's so excessively concerned with money that there's some resentment about having to spend money on you, or he's very careful about the way that he spends money, and he expects you to be the same. You may have to report in some way your purchases and show the need to have purchased what you have. Now, for others of you, if he's operating in the negative, then this is somebody who may not want to settle down. they want somebody that's very magnetic and very attractive, but they don't want to give over to the relationship and settle down. Generally the relationship needs to be on this person's terms. So this could be somebody who's, a little bit tight, or maybe they're creating problems because the relationship has gone south. This could be somebody that's kind of egotistical, or they would choose money and power over love, for example. So this could be a week for some of you where there's some challenging frustrations, some power struggles. Maybe this is somebody who's a workaholic or being materialistic. So make sure you're not taking on those negative traits. Now, for some of you, this person is important. Maybe you are connecting with this person, and maybe you're actually taking a trip of some sort. Or this person is opening up some connections or some new horizons for you. Or maybe you're seeking freedom, from this person, or you're running off with this person. Or again, this could be a lack of, committing and facing responsibility. And so this person could be trying to run away. Now, the second week of November, you're having some kind of difficulty in making a choice or decision, or you're faced with some kind of a dilemma. And you're really not sure how to move forward on this. This could be, between two choices, or maybe you're of two minds about something. You just can't, come to terms with which path to take. Some of you don't have enough information, or you're not listening to your instincts. And this is probably connected to some new area of your life, some new chapter that's opening up. Now, some of you, again, if last week you had a connection to somebody who had trouble committing, this second week, this could be all about this tight rein that somebody has on their emotions. They're not doing anything. The action is just, things are hanging in limbo. There's a delay. Now, this could be a difficult decision that you're having to face. Maybe this has to do with an agreement or a settlement, or whether you're coming to a truce with someone who's been difficult. But whatever it is, your outlook is playing a large role in how things are going to turn out, how determined you are whether to move forward and in which direction is either going to hurt you or it's going to help you. So this week, you're not clear about something, and so you don't know quite what to do. Now, you may not have enough information, and you may think you do, in which case you act in an overconfident manner, or you just don't know what to do, and so you're in a holding pattern. So maybe you don't do anything. Or maybe you just take the easy way out because that's what you know, even though ultimately in the end you'll probably end up regretting that choice. For some of you, because you're waiting, maybe this is a strategy that you're pulling, and maybe it works. Maybe it's going to give you a more solid footing because the other person is going to feel a sense of anxiety because you're staying put and firm in your resolve with whatever you've decided. But for others of you, it's going to be very difficult for you to be objective and be patient. And this frustration that you feel about a situation is going to cause you to be aggressive, inappropriate. You may say some things, do some things that actually work against you. If you wanted to improve a situation, because you've had to wait, you may become so impatient that you actually set it up where the situation falls through. Basically, you sabotaged yourself with regard to something that you really wanted or you were trying to promote. So, this could be driven because you feel, a sense of urgency, like you need to save yourself or preserve yourself, or there's something that you want to move forward so badly that you push in ways that are a detriment to you. So you could even find yourself getting in the middle of other people and creating arguments or disputes or disagreements. For some of you, because you don't know what to do, you feel this strong sense of anxiety, there's fear, things that, crop up when you least expect. Maybe you don't even know why you feel anxious. You just out of the blue randomly, you feel afraid of something, some expectation that you have. Now this could be in connection to a friendship. Maybe you're in a disagreement with someone, or maybe you're trying to bring two different ideas together. So maybe this is about a collaboration of some sort or a partnership. But for some of you, maybe you've been holding yourself back. You could, again, from last week, maybe you were working too hard. You were so focused on your finances or getting the job done or getting something accomplished. So for you, this is a decision of whether to put yourself out there. Maybe you need to socialize more. Maybe you need to lighten up a little bit. Now, the third week, you have the card of the manifestor. This is my favorite card, one of my favorite cards, when he's behaving properly. So this is a week where you feel a lot of confidence because you are fully equipped. If you can think it, you can make it happen. Whatever you visualize, you can manifest it on the physical plane. You have all the resources at hand that you need. Now, for some of you, this is going to be a connection to an important male figure. This could be a father, a brother, a boyfriend, just an important male figure who is impacting your life in some way. For others of you, this is a person that's got some special skills or knowledge. So maybe he's got some technical expertise or some medical knowledge or some special skill. Maybe he's an artisan or an artist of some sort. Or maybe he, uses some kind of tool. This could also be an agent or an entrepreneur, somebody who is into promotion and marketing. But he's got very specialized knowledge in some way. Now, for others of you, this gives you the ability to really focus your energy and achieve a goal. This is a week where you can make good, sound decisions. You can solve problems. And you do this largely because you have the confidence to rely on yourself. You're not looking for answers out there. You know that you have what it is that you need to get whatever it is accomplished. So this is a week of taking the initiative and using your own personal willpower constructively to either push your progress forward or using it destructively to undermine you. So again, you have renewed confidence this week. You know what you're worth. And so you're willing to, do what it takes to bring reward to you. So this could be a week where you actually get some reward. Whatever you're doing is now producing, whether that's a raise, a promotion, some kind of recognition, or something that you're getting for your effort or your services. For others of you, again, when he's operating negatively, there's a lack of confidence or there's confidence where it's not warranted. So this could be someone you have a connection with who is manipulative, who uses just the appearance of something in order to gain power. So he's a trickster in effect, a con artist, an imposter, or somebody who really thinks he knows it all. He has bought into his own hype. And, maybe he thinks he's super smart, or he's a genius, or he's so confident in his own skills or knowledge, but it's not justifiable. So if that's the case, you could have some problems with this person. But some of you, maybe you're lacking confidence, you're lacking a belief in self. And so this is a week where you're going to need to learn to rely on yourself, because you're going to find that that's going to bring you close to your success. Now, again, the magician is someone, with sort of magical powers. He can poof and disappear. And this may be part of your fear and anxiety from the previous week. You may feel that you're making progress, but is this real? Is this going to last? You have strong fear that, this is too good to be true, and I don't feel like this is going to go much further. For others of you, you're being really impatient and frustrated because maybe something is not turning out exactly the way that you want, or it's not moving the way that you want. Things are at a standstill, and you're becoming impatient and aggressive and ill-tempered. And again, the possibility exists that you're going to sabotage yourself and undermine a situation because you're so obsessively concerned with self and your own interess, while disregarding other people's opinions, their advice, or their assistance. So, this could be a time where if you're not sure of your skill set, maybe this is a week where you want to focus on developing your own skills, developing your interests. For others of you, if you're in a situation where you've been dealing with someone and not making any headway, this might be a time when some counseling in order to improve communication skills would be important. So for some of you, maybe you're in a relationship with someone who is not being completely honest or truthful with you, or maybe you're dealing with somebody who's kind of superficial and they're just on an ego trip, or somebody who is so preoccupied with their own responsibilities. So this is a week, though, to focus on new horizons, pushing those boundaries, making some changes, and, taking on some new perceptions. For others of you, this is a week where you need to wake up to something. Something is not serving you, some behavior or some situation or a connection. Now, the last week of November, you have the Seven of Swords. So this is a card that indicates, it's actually a warning card. It indicates some kind of treachery, theft, but openly so. It could have even occurred under your nose and in a way with your blessing because you didn't address it when you could have or should have. But this is somebody who is trying to get away with something. Now, it could be as benign as trying to, pick your brain for ideas. So they're stealing your thoughts in essence. But this could be somebody who is stealing your ideas without, you actually wanting them to. Or this could be somebody, having to go back and forth a lot, do a lot of things back and forth. Maybe this is someone who is relocating. Or somebody who is avoiding certain issues. Now, this is also a card about coming up with strategies, and sometimes you have to act in your own interest. You have to outwit, whatever you're facing, whether that's a person or a situation. But generally, this is a week where it's very possible that you feel cheated in some way, that you feel betrayed or ripped off. Maybe there are issues of unfaithfulness or, some secret love affair. But there's a strong focus on whether someone has been taken advantage of, or there have been tactics used that were illicit or evasive or duplicitous. Sometimes this can mean somebody's doing the unexpected. And so, maybe someone else is being caught off guard because of someone doing the unexpected. For some of you, this is about futility. You're simply wasting your time. Maybe you're running away from something, not dealing with something. But whatever it is, this is going to be a week where either you or another person is going to be scrutinized in some way for their sense of ethics and their integrity. So this would be a week to be very, very discriminating about, what you believe, the things that you hear. You need to really pay close attention to discern whether those things are the truth. You also need to be careful about what you're putting out there, what you say. So some of you, it's going to be very difficult if you find yourself dealing with situations that are not above board. Those are likely to come back and bite you in some way. Because this is a card about outright theft. Now, surprisingly, you may encounter certain situations where people are truthful when you didn't expect them to be. Or if they have been inconsistent in their behaviors in the past, this could be a week where they actually, step up to the plate and keep a promise, or if they've been avoiding you, then they actually make an appointment with you. So it just all depends on what your situation is. Now, some of you, you may realize that you've been going back and forth and doing a lot of things, and that you're not behind schedule. And that's a surprise for you. For others of you, this is about a week where you may be wasting your time. You may be putting your energy in the wrong place, or not taking care of business, or maybe you are feeling things that, are a waste of time. So you're involved in non-productive relationships and pursuits. And this is, again, a warning to be careful about your possessions, your health, your safety, what you're putting out there, what you're projecting, whether you're being honest, whether you're holding to a standard of ethics, because something you say or do, again, could come back and create some problems for you. So this is not the week to cut any corners, try to pull a scheme, deceive anyone, because those plans are going to backfire on you. So avoid any urges to exaggerate, to embellish the truth, to change a story because it sounds better. And also make sure that you're not wasting your time in relationships where you're not getting anything back. Don't be so vested in the opinion of another person or the need for their affection, or you're becoming codependent on them, because that erodes your own personal strength, your own individuality and confidence, and it keeps you from standing up for yourself when you need to. Now, some of you may find yourself in kind of sticky situations, and fortunately, this is going to be a week where you can easily and diplomatically remove yourself from things that don't have anything to do with you at all. So this could be about, sorting things out. What is the truth and what is reality? What is fiction and what is a lie? That is the focus for this week. Now, the underlying energy is the High Priestess. And so this is a month where you'll be making some decisions probably based on your intuition. Maybe you're getting some advice. Now, maybe there's someone that you're coming in contact with who's very intuitive, very emotionally sensitive, somebody that can offer you some psychological insights or some moral guidance or some spiritual enlightenment. This could be a month where you are dealing with some kind of maybe esoteric knowledge. But many of you are a female figure is important for you, whether that is a friend who would most likely be single, because this is, you know, when she's positive, she's actually more non-sexual energy, more platonic than anything else. Now, she can be the archetype for a male for the ideal lover, where a male is projecting all of his, what he seems as the perfect mate onto her. But generally, you know, she is receptive and passive in her energy. So she tends to not get involved. And so there may be issues, again, of removing yourself from situations and not getting involved. There could be sort of a secretive or mysterious element to the situations that you're involved in, where you're having to rely more strongly on your intuition. This could be female figures who have decided, you know, that they're happy without being involved with men. So whatever it is, emotions are going to play a large part this month for you, and your emotions are going to influence the people around you, and they're going to mirror those emotions back to you. So this is a month where your relationships are going to make some kind of change in some way, whether they are personal or professional, and especially those that you have in connection to women. So again, your intuition is heightened, you have strong emotions, but those strong emotions you need to keep in check and make sure that you stick to the facts. So again, remember the last week was about, you know, trying to sort out what is truth versus what is not truth. So this is a time for you to, you know, try to hold on to facts. Now, some of you, maybe you're making decisions about maybe even a doctor or somebody that has, again, some special skills. Maybe you're trying to protect someone that you care very much about. And because you're trying to protect them, you're being maybe overly emotional, and it's creating some friction in the relationship. Maybe they feel you're being somewhat overbearing. This is also going to be a month where some opportunities are going to cross your path. Things that appear to be, you know, golden, if you will. However, these are not coming to you free of charge. So you will have to rely on your intuition to decide whether they are indeed true opportunities. Now, some of you've been warned in the last week to be above board with everything. So this card is also saying, you know, make sure you're playing the game fair and square. Don't try to change the rules because that's going to give you the advantage. Don't skew the game just because you feel you're being challenged or somebody is a competitor to you. Because if you do, you're going to create some drama, and it's going to be more than you were prepared to deal with. So this is going to be a month of looking at things carefully and closely. You're going to be re-evaluating something that you thought, something that you believed, maybe even a feeling, or maybe a promise you made to someone. You're having to think back, well, can I do that? Or is that really going to happen? Or some goal, do I still want that? Or maybe that's not a good thing to do. You're going to listen to your intuition, and that's going to enable you to make a choice whether you're going to move on something, and it's going to allow you to move more quickly with regard to something. So this could also be about healthy balance, because when the High Priestess is not operating in the positive, then you're not listening to your inner voice, or you're acting, her strength is her insight. Her downfall is intolerance. So this could be a month where, any biases or prejudices that exist within you or another person may come up. There could be a lack of emotional control, or maybe too much holding back on the feelings. You have the Magician card, which says there are some skills that are important. Maybe this is a month where you're failing to use your talents. Or maybe there are issues about being emotionally insensitive or overly sensitive. This High Priestess in the positive is capable of keeping information to herself. In fact, there may be someone who can provide you some very important insider information. However, when she's operating negatively, she's not keeping secrets. She's putting those out in the open. There's excessive reliance on others because she needs constant external validation from out there. So for some of you, there's not enough emotion. There's too much reliance on your analysis and your rational thought. And for some of you, maybe your sexual inclinations have changed this month. So, the situations that you encounter this month are going to really focus on how constructively you are, engaging in your relationships, whether they are personal or professional, or if you are self-sabotaging those relationships. And it's also going to connect to how strongly attached you are to other people or situations, and you weighing in and evaluating whether you're getting what you deserve in return for that. So, you don't have any wands in this reading. You have the ability and the resources to act, but there may be some apathy. There's a lack of motivation, which is indicated by this Two of Swords, holding back, not knowing whether to move forward. And there are no emotions, no cups in the reading, which would indicate, a lack of emotion, or an overly excess of logic. So perhaps the High Priestess is operating in the negative and not using her intuition wisely and not allowing her emotions to work constructively for her. All right, Libra, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I would greatly appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and kind comments. The more you engage with me, the more I enjoy this work. So for those of you who have already offered your support, please know that I am grateful and committed to you. Have a wonderful November, and I look forward to speaking with you next month.